Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thanks for joining me. Today we take a look, and that's all it is a first look at the newest offering from Canik. And we'll look at the METE MC9. Now Canik has been around for a while, and it's a company that has built a reputation for building very good handguns at affordable prices, and their boxes come with a lot of stuff. So you get a lot of, quote, bang for your money, end quote. And that is a very bad pun, but yeah, there it is. The METE came out not too long ago in a full-size gun, and people praised it not only for the good value, but for exceptional triggers. And you got the Rival, you've got a lot of guns from Canik, and their triggers are just absolutely incredible. What they hadn't done, was something in the micro compact, something in the concealed carry, for the concealed carry market, and that's something that the US market is really looking for. It's not that prevalent in other countries, but for the US market, everything seems to be focused on concealed carry. So Canik decided to venture into this with his first offering in that size, and I'll let you take a look at it. Now I'm filming over at Range USA in Carmel, Indiana. This is not my gun. This belongs to them. They actually just got them yesterday. It's just part of the birthing fluids. There's no marks on it. And they just got these yesterday, so they were nice enough to let me come over and film it. So you may hear a lot of noises. It's Saturday. It's very busy at Range USA. And might hear some banging and people walking by, some firing in the background. So just wanted to apologize for that. Also, I don't have my normal lighting as I do in my home studio, and so just bear with me on that. As you can see, we got a full polymer frame. We got a steel slide. We got steel sights. I'm going to see how much I can play with the focus. The lights here are not liking my background. But you got a white dot steel front. You got a serrated blacked out rear. So right out of the box, very nice. And since we're back here, you can see that also the back plate's got serrations, but also you have the cocking indicator. So that, of course, doesn't tell you whether you got a round in the chamber. It just tells you that the striker is cocked. And once you've fired, it goes away. So all that tells you is that the striker is ready to go. Okay. And there goes the background blurring. Another nice thing is, of course, you've got a steel slide. You've got an optics ready slide, so you're ready for your micro red dots. We're talking about how this is just a visual and a tactile way to know that your striker is cocked, but that there's no round in the chamber. Well, up here up top, you do have a loaded chamber indicator. So whenever you do have a round in the chamber, this little lever here will be popped up a little bit. So you can run your hand across it, your finger across it, and if you feel the lever risen, then you know that there's a round in the chamber. So letting you look around. So it's got a 3.18 inch barrel. It weighs 21.2 ounces unloaded. It's got a width a little bit wider than a SIG P365, 365 XL. It's got a width of 1.12 inches. Comes in with an MSRP of $440. And here at Range USA, as of the day of filming, they're selling them for $430. So they priced them very correctly. Now, as always, they're made in Turkey, although I hear that Canik is currently building a factory here in the U.S. I don't know where. There's also people that say that it is not called Canik, that it's called Canik, and that is the correct pronunciation over in Turkey. However, because everybody calls them Canik, they officially changed their name to Canik. All right, at least that's my understanding of it. Imported by Century Arms. Just letting you look at it around. So I have medium-sized hands, and this is how it fits on my hand. And talking about that, over in the grip, going down to the grip, it's got very nice texture in the front, texture all around where you'd need it. I don't understand why the manufacturers do this and they don't put texture up here. That's one of the things that I really liked about the Hellcat. One of the few things I liked about the Hellcat is that the texture goes all the way to the top. And when people do stipple jobs, that's one of the places they make sure that the texture extends all the way up here. So come on guys, charge us a couple bucks more and put texture all the way up. So I don't understand why it just stops here. But anyway, the other thing about this grip, like I said, with medium-sized hands, with a 12 round capacity, that's where it ends in my hand. So you put the mag in, it's got a flat base plate on this mag. This is the 12 rounder. I can barely get a full hand, okay? Now, one of the things that is impressive about this gun is what it comes with. And here you get the owner's manual. It's got a nice owner's manual that comes with it. And I'm going to try to do this without destroying my setup here. But it comes in a plastic case with an enormous amount of stuff. You get cleaning brushes. You get a holster, because there's not a lot of holsters. You get a pinky extension. So on the base plate that I told you that I could barely get one, if you just change it, the focus catch up, and put the pinky extension, that would make a big difference. Now you would be able to get a full grip. So they give you that, you don't have to buy it. Like I mentioned, you get a holster. I'm sure there's not a lot of holsters available right now in the market. You get, can't see it on camera, but you get a speed loader, and you get the 15 round mag. We'll take a look at it right now. Another thing you get is you get this little mini Canik here, which has the the screwdriver and little screwdriver and tools in there. You also get back straps, so you can change it, small, medium, large back straps. So you get a lot of stuff in the box. Now going back to the mags, I showed you the 12 round capacity mag. Here's the 15 rounder. Now with a 15 rounder, there you go, for sure you get a full-size grip. The only thing now, this part feels funny because that's what goes into the meat of your hand here. So there's not an edge that feels weird, but this gap right here, and I'm being very nitpicky, but this gap feels a little bit awkward. But having said that, you've got 15 plus 1 in a very, very small package, or for complete concealment, you got 12 plus 1 in a very complete package. Now let's take a look at the star of Canik, and that's the triggers. The trigger here, and you can see it's cocked back here. The trigger, you got your little safety, I guess is known like the dingus here, curved trigger. The dingus does disappear completely, making it flush with the trigger shoe. And very smooth, and you're there at a very defined wall. You put, there's mush there, you're at a wall, you got that travel until it breaks way back here. So you got quite a bit of travel, but look at this. That's your reset right there. Very tactile, very audible, and then you're instantly at the wall and it breaks. So your initial shot, when you let it go all the way out, you got quite a bit of travel. You hit some resistance there, then you push through that resistance until there. It's very smooth though, but it's definitely very light there. It starts to build up pressure. You get to the back, there's your real wall. There it breaks. Very nice. Is it as nice as the Rival? No. Is it as nice as the full-size Meta? No. But it is very, very good. I'm looking forward for Range USA to get one of these in their range guns so I can take it out, shoot it for a bit, and then give you a range report on it. But that's a quick-ish first look at the Canik METE MC9 subcompact, micro-compact. I'm not sure where it fits, but I wanted to tell you all about it. And I want to thank once again Range USA for allowing me to film this at their location. And please remember that I upload videos every Friday morning and when I can on Wednesday mornings as well. I'm very active on Instagram, so if you want to see what's coming down the pipeline for the channel way before it hits YouTube, please give me a follow there as well. We just recently crossed 12,000 subscribers on YouTube. I thank you very much for that. I'm also uploading content over to Rumble, just in case. And so please remember to follow me there as well. One thing I forgot to do right before we go, if you're still around, size comparison. I wanted to compare it. I can't believe I forgot to do this. But after I went through all that, I looked over and I had a Glock 43X, which has been safety checked already, so I don't want to spend more of your time. But I wanted to bring it out and show you a size comparison between the two without scratching them. So lengthwise, they're pretty much identical. All right? And size, the length of the grip with the mags, that's the difference right there. The big difference is as they come from the factory, you've got, this is the Glock 48 right here. You've got 10 plus 1 capacity. You've got 12 plus 1 capacity right there. Now we're not talking about putting the shield arms mags or anything like that on the 43X. We're talking about how they come from the factory. And if I add this mag here for the 15 plus 1 capacity, now let me reverse them so you get an idea. Come on, focus. So that's how much bigger, there you go. That's how much bigger the 43X is over the Canik. That is the difference. But you got 10 plus 1 versus 15 plus 1. Okay? So I just wanted to show you the difference there between the 43X and the Canik. Alrighty, now I can say goodbye. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for stopping by. And until the next time, God bless.